I love recipes that vegetarians can enjoy as well. And one of my favorites from my cookbook, Cooking with Johnny V, is actually an eggplant adovado, using beautiful ripe eggplant that we're going to fry and cook up just like it's carne adovado. To prepare my eggplant, I'm actually going to use a bread knife, a serrated bread knife, and I'm going to cut off the top and the bottom, give myself a flat surface, and then I'm going to peel my eggplant by just cutting down, trying to leave as much of the flesh intact as possible. Then I'm going to cut these into 2-inch quarters, 2-inch cubes, and I'm going to fry them in my wok that has vegetable oil at 350 degrees. Okay, we're going to drain our eggplant for about 20 minutes. That's going to let some of that bitter juice come out of the eggplant. Also will help it fry better. So we'll let that drain for 20 minutes, and then we'll put it in our wok and fry it. And we're going to let these get nice and golden brown. We want those to be beautiful because this is going to actually, the texture of this eggplant is going to seem like little chunks of pork. While our eggplant's frying, we're going to prepare our adovado sauce. And I've just got a simple blender here, and I'm going to mix together all my ingredients, 2 flips of the switch, and our adovado sauce is ready. What I've got, first of all, I've got water. I'm going to add some water, chili caribe, hot chili, mild red chili, garlic, oregano, all sorts of yummy ingredients. Oregano, fresh cumin, ground cumin, salt, and then some lime juice. We're just going to blend this up and then pour this over our eggplant once it's fried. Okay, our eggplant is ready to drain. Look at how beautiful golden brown that is. Beautiful. That's perfect. It's amazing how much oil eggplant drinks up, but you know what? This is still going to be a healthy dish. Now we're going to go ahead and put it right into our casserole dish, ready for our adovado sauce, which we just blended up. And now I'm going to pour this delicious sauce right over the eggplant. Oh, look at the color there. That is just amazing. And then we're going to pop it in the oven and let it cook and let that eggplant soak up all that gorgeous red chili sauce. Delish. Ready? Welcome back. Let's make some flour tortillas to serve with our eggplant adovado that's in the oven cooking. We've got some flour here, actually some whole wheat flour, and I like to use a little bit of whole wheat flour just to give those tortillas a little more flavor. Baking powder, kosher salt, and just a little bit of sugar. We're going to stir that together, and now I'm going to incorporate 1/4 cup of lard. Now, lard used to be considered such an enemy. You know, actually lard is pure rendered fat. They've discovered now that rendered fat is better for us than trans fat. So I'm going to break this up and just add it to the flour, just like your grandmother would have done with her pie crust 100 years ago, or even 30 years ago. And then we're going to mix this together, break up our lard into little tiny pieces, and then I'll incorporate my warm water. Let's incorporate our warm water now. And I want a soft dough. I don't want it to be I want it to be softer than bread dough, not a stiff dough by any means, what I call a nice workable dough. Okay, this looks good. Let's turn it out on our board and knead it. And kneading is done with the palm of your hand, not really with your fingers. So all you're going to do is very gently, give it a little bit of flour here. You don't want it to get too sticky. You're just going to gently push into it, push it away and pull it back. Push it away and pull it back. I find this exercise, this act, to be so sort of zen and kind of restful. And you're going to do this for about 3 minutes. Okay, our dough's ready. We're going to cut this into 12 even pieces and then roll each ball out until it's thin enough to read the headlines of the Santa Fe New Mexican through it. Okay, and now on to our lightly oiled griddle. That looks beautiful, and we're just going to let this puff on both sides. And we'll have our wonderful homemade flour tortillas to have with our eggplant adovado. I'm going to turn my eggplant adovado into a big burrito now. So I've got this beautiful eggplant. Doesn't that look almost like pork? And I'm going to fill my tortilla with the eggplant, top it with a little grated cheddar cheese and some beautiful fresh cilantro. This is going to be so delicious. And I'm going to roll this up. And this would make any vegetarian or any meat lover happy, absolutely. And you've been watching Chef Johnny V cooking eggplant adovado. Let's have a bite. Love that it's falling all over. Delicious. See you next time.